Welcome. Welcome. Woo! Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. Gather round, tell a friend. Everybody sing. Oh, welcome to LadyRo's Queendom, where we nurture, cultivate, and awaken your inner queen. Clap your hands, stomp your feet. Welcome to LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. Well, LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. Come on, LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's Queendom. LadyRo's. Your crown is waiting.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the Queendom. Y'all, I was scrolling through TikTok earlier today, and I know a lot of people don't like Brian Carr, and he's not necessarily my favorite preacher, but he has an amazing voice, and I love music. I love gospel music most of all. So I'm gonna play this little snippet that I heard over there on the TikTok while I gather a couple of little things. It's not only gonna be a second, y'all. I think it's a couple of minutes. You know, TikTok videos aren't long. So have a little patience with me tonight. Good evening, Symmetry. I need you to check your Patreon. I actually modded you up, so I think you have to accept. All right, Miss Symmetry, you and leave it for me. Let's go. Let's go over here real quick and listen to this while I do a couple of things. It's only gonna take me a moment though. Let's go.
Everybody, hear the Lord. Forever. His truth shall reign. Rejoice. Rejoice in his Lord. Oh, he is exalted.
I hope y'all enjoyed that. I absolutely love this song. I am a worshiper at heart. And I think worship is one of the truest forms that you can honor God and that you can appreciate who He is to have a moment to steal away with Him. This week, I have been fighting my own health battle that probably really wasn't a health battle according to my doctor, but to me it was. And I think when you're going through something, sometimes we understand what it is more so than what others do. And she was like, I don't think there's anything wrong. But I knew something's wrong. I just kind of felt something was off. And then today the results that I was looking for came out and I was victorious. And I had me a whole worship session in the vehicle on my way home from work today. Because one thing I do, I appreciate God for all of his many promises and for him always keeping his word and being faithful to me, honey. I can't speak for nobody else but me, but I'm gonna tell you this: God has always been faithful to me. Let's do a little disclaimer. All things are alleged, in my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes. Please comment, please like, please share, please subscribe if you're new here. I am trying to grow this channel, and I am so thankful for the many of you guys who have clicked that join button and subscribed to me in the last couple of days and since the beginning. I appreciate you guys. I started this channel back in 2011, and last year in July, I decided to take it serious and become a content creator and kind of do some things, show you my life. Y'all, we got some challenges coming up. I'm going to take y'all on a road trip because I done committed myself to driving my family members to 3 women over 65 to Caliwacky. Child, y'all gonna pray for us. Because when I tell you I'm gonna have a camera on, it is not gonna be a dull moment at all. These 3 group of women are hilarious. They're different type of hilarious. Like throw mama from the train hilarious. Like put you out on the side of our 10 hilarious. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that. I got a couple of cruises I'm about to go on. I leave for a cruise next Friday. Going on Virgin Voyages. So I'm gonna take y'all with me on a cruise. I got another cruise that I done trying to twist my arm behind my back because I said I was never gonna get on Ghetto Carnival again. But I let these folks convince me to go with these senior citizens on the Carnival Cruise Line. So we got some adventures we're gonna do, child. So I want y'all to make sure y'all stay tuned because I'm gonna take y'all with me. If I got to be tortured, y'all got to be tortured. Unfortunately, I lost a family member this past Monday. She was 2 years younger than my mom, and she was my mom's niece, my first cousin. So you can imagine she, although older than I am rather, um, I always had a lot of respect for her because of her age. My mom was pretty far up in age when she had me, and I'm thankful to be the youngest of all of my grandmother and grandfather's children on both sides, my dad's side and my mom's side. Um, my cousin called me today, one of my cousins out of California, and she said, "I'm just so thankful for you." She said, "With you being the baby, I consider you to be the historian. I'm sending you a whole bucket of pictures that I need you to keep safe for the family." She's already given me so many things. Letters from my grandmother, a lady I never got to meet, who passed away in 1950, that she had written to her mother, my aunt, and things that I cherish. And anybody know me, know I love ancestry. I do a lot of research. So I find it an honor. She said, "I'm doing this because you're the baby of the group. And there's so many years between you and us. And I just feel like you do the right thing." So I really appreciate that. Good evening, Brown Girls Rocks, while I'm just running my mouth. Um, Symmetry speaking. Good evening. You got to be kidding me. You said, "Wow, you're gonna have a time, girl." I don't know. You got to be kidding me, honey. I'm gonna need y'all. I need all the prayer warriors who can get a message to heaven's gates and their further to pray for me, honey. Because when I tell you it's gonna be a mess, it's gonna be a mess. Brown Girls Rock. Do you love Virgin Voyages? This is actually my first time cruising Virgin Voyages. I am excited because it's adults only, and I am so ready to go experience water again. I haven't been on a cruise since 2008, and I will tell you why. I was cruising quite often, and for my son's graduation in 2008, I decided, me and my husband decided we would take the family on a cruise. We thought it would just be us and the children. It ended up being 42 of us, right? Had a great time. But Hurricane Joe just happened to be out on the water. And I'm glad we did the cruise because we came back. My mom's baby sister passed away. So it was really, and we didn't know she was sick at the time. So it was really a great time of fellowship and gathering that we was able to do. Our cousins out of Albuquerque even flew to meet us in Galveston to go on the said cruise. Anyway, we encountered a hurricane and the boat started rocking. I got sick. My husband got sick. The baby girl got sick. And we were in the bed for the first 2 days of our 5-day cruise. So I kind of have shied away from cruises because I didn't have a good experience on that one. So we'll see. We're gonna see how this works. Bear Girls Rock says, "I've been on Violent Lady." Is it Valiant? Violent Lady. Let me see what we going on, girl. Let me look at my app. Let me see. Where is my app at? Now I know I didn't delete my app because I was deleting some stuff to do this upgrade. I'm sick of Apple too. Honey, you always got to delete something to do an upgrade. I'm just going to go buy me another phone, but I ain't going to do that either because I'm sick of Apple always trying to manipulate me to run out of storage, and I pay for cloud storage. How do you run out of storage and you paying for cloud storage? I don't get it. He said, "Sending my condolences to you and your family." Thank you, Brown Girls Rock. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And send your prayers to us, because Chad, when I tell you I'm gonna need it. Now it says I have 9 days to go before I do my trip, is what this says at the top. What boat am I on? That's what I want to know. View my itinerary. We're on the Resilient Lady, leaving out of Miami. Child, I don't know, but I'm excited. Thank you. You got to be kidding me. I am excited. You said I'm going to love it. I can't wait. I've done a lot of prepays. I did not book any excursions, but I will tell you this. We're going to Grand Turks, and then we're going to Bahamas. And one of the things I want to do, I want to zip line. I love to zip line. I live a little dangerous sometimes when I travel. Now, y'all done see me out there swinging in Bali. Have I showed y'all me swinging in Bali? Let me see if I got that picture available. I kind of live a little dangerous sometimes when I travel. My husband said I was crazy. He need to make sure when I left for Bali, I had told him I was going to do the swing. And he said, well, girl, let me make sure I got your premium paid on your insurances. You want to be crazy and wild. But I enjoy the swing in Bali. So I want to zip line. That's one thing I do want to do is zip line. I don't know if y'all seen this. I did this in Thailand a few years ago. Oh, girl, when I say, I sent this picture to my husband. He said, are you crazy? He said, is that real or is that fake? I was like, very much real, very much alive. Very much alive. He said, check out, get your guy for excursion. Okay, I will. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said, no, ma'am, no zip line for me. Are you serious, Symmetry? Girl, I love zip line. Let me go back to Vegas, baby. I zip line the whole strip, the downtown strip zip line. I loved it. And I did the one on the belly and the sit. I did the sitting one first. I didn't know how I was going to like it. I loved it so much, girl. I got back up there and got on the one where you laying flat. I got pictures of my goddaughter, honey. She almost in tears. And she told everybody, I didn't make you get on anything. I encouraged you. But yeah, you could have stayed over there and did what you did without me being involved in it. Without me being involved in it. Don't be trying to blame me because you got a little courage in you. I said, did you enjoy it? She said, I really did. And I'm glad that you encouraged me to do it. Child, yeah, I'm going to live a little bit now. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to live a little bit. I was trying to see if I could find the picture of me not ziplining, but me doing now, child, I'm going to show y'all another video. When we were in Bali and we took a boat from the mainland of Bali over to Nusa Peninsula. Child, we almost got capsized a couple of times. The boat was hitting that water so hard. Those waves were so high. We were in the Indian Ocean. People on our boat started getting sick. It was just us. We were in a private boat, just the group that I was with. And the ladies were starting to hang their head over the side of the boat. And the guy stopped. He stopped in the middle of the water. He stood up and he looked, and I stood up and I looked too. Everybody else had their head down. They were in tears and upset. And honey, when I tell you I had to act like Jesus did when the water was troubled and he said, peace be still, I began to pray. Because that's all I know how to do is call on the name of the Lord in a time of trouble. I began to pray. And that guy looked at me. He said, I'm gonna get y'all to land safely. I promise. I said, why did you stop? He said, I was trying to see which way the waves are coming. He said, we're hitting these waves from the side and it's gonna flip us to the side. He said, but if I can hit them straight on, I know it's a little hard and y'all are getting sick from it. He said, but if I could take them straight on, I'm gonna get y'all to shore. When I tell you he got us to shore, but when I got back to land, my beautician, who it was her birthday that we went there, she stood up and she said, I don't know if LadyRo could do anything else, but I know she could command the heavens to open up. Because, baby, I heard nothing but praying. And I did. When I say I prayed. I'm going to show y'all that video one day, too. We're going to look at some things. We're just going to be down here today for a short time. I want to actually talk about, You said I did the halfway on Fremont Street. That's the one I did. I did the halfway one, which is this one where you sit, and then I did the belly one on Fremont Street. I love both of them. So I love the zip line. Now, if it's too high up, ain't no food. But I do want to zip line in the Bahamas if it's not too high up. I do. I do want to do a zip line. Symmetry laughing at me. You said, "Oh no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am." So first, before I go any further, tomorrow morning, I put it for 9:45 or 9:40 a.m. I believe on Patreon. Join me over there on Patreon. So go over there and hit that button and do it tonight. We're going to talk about some exclusive tea that I found searching these interwebs. All right. We're going to talk about Angela Oakley's her woes, right? Because there was some truth to what Kelly said at the reunion now. I try to keep it real, right? And then we're going to talk about Gerald Mwangi. What else is he hiding from besides them darn cameras that be down there to his house? We're gonna talk about all that because I found some SHINT. Yes, I did. I found it, went through it, reviewed it. So go over there and hit that Patreon button. Subscribe to my channel is just simply LadyRo, and actually it is posted in my stories here on YouTube, and I'll put it. Let me see it. No, I bet it's not still copy. And I don't have it still up. Thank you, Symmetry. So I have to run over there and grab it. Symmetry just posted the link in the chat. Grab that, and you could go over there and hit the Patreon. She said, I did the zip line in the DR. Did you enjoy it? Okay, Brown Girls Rock. See, I've only done a zip line in Vegas, so I want to try it, somewhere else. So I thought I'm gonna try it in the Bahamas. And I do want to, get on the ATVs and, go in the little mud. I mean, I'm kind of country girl at heart, and I like to get in the mud and get dirty a little bit. So I'm gonna get my hair braided up. We're gonna be ready for all that. And I want to do all the things that Virgin Voyages offer. Now, I am that girl. I travel a lot, but most of my travels are done through the sky. I like to go to, as my husband say, honey, I will meet you there. And then once we get there, we'll have all the fun, but we don't need to get on the water to get there. So my husband has said he's not getting on any cruises with me. So when I cruise, I have to cruise with somebody else. But my baby, well, he'll go a couple of places with me. Brown Girls Rock said, did you see Angela's response? I did. We're going to talk about all that in the Patreon too. Now, somebody went down there and asked Angela if she had been banned from, is it called FIFA, I believe. And she told him, yeah, she had been banned. She said, is that a bad thing? And she said, nothing I did was criminal. So I'm gonna see if I can find more information on that. We could talk about that tomorrow as well. You said it's free. Yes, the Patreon is free. I set it to free, but I'm gonna tell you this: once we done, it's gonna go lock down. It's gonna lock down, and if you want to see any of the documents that we're gonna talk about, you're gonna have to pay. Only reason why it's free because I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm trying to grow it here on YouTube, and I'm trying to grow it over there on my Patreon. I will tell you this though, in the Patreon, if you take my stuff and move it over to YouTube without permission, if you ask me, I probably would say yeah. Because I'm a very generous type of girl. But child, if you just go over there and mess with my stuff, I'm probably gonna say no. Yeah, let me give you some music. I gotta answer this call real quick. Child, this boy, my son, child, always calling me when I'm busy doing what I want to do. Anyway, thank you, Brown Girls Rocks. I did see you on there. You said you did the ATV in DR2. See, I did the ATV in Bali. I was going to say Thailand, but it was in Bali that I did the ATVs with my girlfriends. When we was in Thailand, we was too busy doing stuff like this. We didn't really have time to be doing none of the other things. But I'm gonna get a chance to show y'all. Let me see if I can find that video of us where, honey, we was on in the water about to go under, but the Lord saved our souls. Let's see. Let me see if I can find that video. Cause honey, it was one of the most scariest times I've probably ever had in my life. My TikTok is pretty much, it's locked down. I don't let a lot of people on my TikTok because people are so weird and strange. Let me see. Is it on here? Where is it? Oh Lordy. Here it is. Does it have music to it? I don't know if you can see actually how dangerous this water is from this picture, but I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna share it. And no sound though, because I don't believe that I have any sound playing on it. But look at that water. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Let me see. I think I get it from the front too. You're gonna be able to see the water like it actually was going over our boat. It was horrible. See, you see that water in front of us? And you talking about a girl scared. This gal was scared. Yes, indeed. Scared. Trying to get to that island over there. Look at that water. Look at that water, y'all. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm having nightmares. Just reliving it again. Oh my God. Just too much. Just too much. Just too much. Just too much. But I did enjoy my trip to Bali, Indonesia. So that's that. You said, oh my. It was when I say scary, it was an adventure. For sure. It was an adventure. Y'all, tonight I want to talk about y'all make sure y'all go over there and tap on that Patreon so you can be in the room tomorrow when we start talking. Because I might decide to lock it down once we get in there with the group that's gonna be in there while we talking. So tonight, y'all, I was over scrolling around on YouTube and saw these two things, and I thought we as women need to discuss some things. Let me go back over. Disclaimer: all things are alleged. They're my opinion, and they're all for entertainment purposes. Don't go out your way to dislike nobody I talk about, please. And thank you. Remember, they're all alleged, including our names on YouTube. All of this is alleged. We may or may not be who our names say we are. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Tap that notification bell so you know when I'm live. And welcome to LadyRo's Queendom, where we nurture, cultivate, and we awaken your inner queen or king, honey, because we want you to be the best you can be. All right. Fair use disclaimer. Some material in this video is used under U.S. Copyright Fair Use Section 107 for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and education. Tonight, this is going to be some educational stuff. We're going to talk about things that I believe should be used and brought to the front when it comes down to what we can and cannot do. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Well, the title of our thing today is You Said What? you said what? You said when? You said where? Now we're going to start this one off with what I heard over there. Now, of course, remember that according to fair use, let me put my banner up, that I'm going to have to stop and, give some commentary between these things. But I want you to hear what Peter Thomas said about cheekbone Cynthia Bailey. Okay, give me a minute. Let's go, and we're here.
Eventually, we settled where I get.
Let me back this up. Carlos King had an exclusive interview with Peter Thomas 2 days ago, I believe. 2 days ago on the 11th. And in the interview, he talks about prison. He talks about the IRS. He talks about possibly having a new show with Todd, although he said he can't talk about it. He showed his new girlfriend, yada, 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 yada. Well, all in the middle of that, he decided he wanted to talk about Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey. And I want you guys to hear what he said because I found it rather appalling. Okay, let's go.
Gave her $100,000 back for the property.
And from
Yeah.
my understanding, you
Yeah.
guys were good though. She was on your podcast.
Yeah.
So my point is, no, I'm aware of all of that.
Yeah.
But you guys were good.
Mhm.
She came on your podcast. Everything seemed good. Why did you though feel the need to blast her?
So Joe Blow, what did he say? Because I haven't heard a response from him. But I would like to know what he said. I would like to know. So if you know what he said, put it in the chat. Let's talk about it. 'Cause, I mean, the only fair thing to do is that we're going to talk about one side of the situation. Because I'm just using what he said. We're going to use what he said. Joe, are you a guy or a girl? Because I really would like to know that, because that may sway your decision on how you see things. But let's go.
Blast her because that hurt me. That she did, and with no apologies whatsoever.
But I got past that.
No.
Because when you blasted her, you said she didn't contact me and
Yeah.
check
I'm
in on
gonna tell you what happened.
Okay.
Because I never spoke on it before. And
So he ain't never spoke on it. They talk about how there was a piece of land, and that in the divorce he could have went after 50% of the assets that they had accumulated during their marriage. And he said there was no prenup. The attorney told him to. He said he didn't want to do that. He wanted to go to Charlotte and start his life over because making money ain't no big thing to him. Even though he just ended up in prison because he was making money and wasn't paying IRS, but child, that's neither here nor other there. But that's kind of what he was saying. So that kind of got us to where we are now. Because he talked about Cynthia a little bit in the front, in the beginning, he stopped. But here he kind of said something that really caught my attention. And I have some things I want to say.
Since you're already in the mix, I could speak on it now. Okay. I lived in a townhouse where she did the podcast at. And that's the first time I've seen Cynthia in years. Right? So she agreed to do the podcast. She came to my townhouse. Beautiful townhouse in Buckhead.
So he's talking about before he went, because this is very important that we understand this. He's saying that before he went to serve his time, that Cynthia came to his townhouse in Buckhead and they did an interview. And if you recall, it was all over YouTube. He had called himself doing a couple of things. I don't know if he was trying to make some money or what his purpose was with doing it, but he did have Cynthia come over. He did interview. I listened to it. It was a very nice interview, kind of opened up her eyes, explained some things that maybe as a general public that we did not know. So that's where he is right now. He's saying that before he went to prison, that she came to his townhouse in Buckhead. They did an interview. So he was thinking all things are copacetic. So he felt the door was open for him to ask Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey for something.
Felt like this is my home, right? And because I'm going away and the IRS is still on me, and the company that it was under, I wanted to secure it because I'm going away. And I said, if I go away for a year.
So he wanted to secure his townhouse because he was going to prison. But if you listen to Peter very closely, the townhouse was already behind on its mortgage. He was already behind on paying his mortgage. I'm not sure if he had told Cynthia this previously, but he was already behind on paying his mortgage. I want you to keep that in context. Cynthia came over, did a podcast with him. He asked Cynthia about protecting his home because he wanted to keep it so he would have something when he came home, and he was already behind. Now, he didn't say that, but you're going to hear clearly that he was behind. Let's go.
At least a year, 14, 15 months, I want to come back to my home. All right. So I needed to make a payment, to just pay it off.
So he wanted to be able to come back to his home in a year and a half. So he needed to make a payment. He needed to make a payment. I sent the Cheekbones Bailey. He needed to make a payment to just pay it off. Right? Okay, let's go.
Okay. So I said, Cynthia, I need you to write this check. A matter of fact,
I need you, Cynthia. I need you to write this check, girl. You write this check, pay my house off.
In fact, Cynthia, I need you to buy this time.
As a matter of fact, so is he making it up as he goes along? In fact, let me back that up just a tad bit so y'all can hear that because he changes it. And, people have a tendency tell the story the way they want it to sound, right? To make them sound a little cleaner, a little smoother. Let's go.
In fact, Cynthia, I need you to buy this townhouse from me. All right?
Okay, wait a minute. It didn't go back far enough. Let's see if this is it. Let's go.
To my home. All right? So I needed to make a payment, okay, to just pay it off. Okay, so I said, Cynthia, you know, I need you to write this check. As a matter of fact, Cynthia, I need you to buy this townhouse from me. All right? Under your company name. Okay, I'm gone. Okay.
He wanted her to buy it under her company name. Hold on a minute. Let's go over here. Love Bleem, is that how you pronounce it? You said being behind wouldn't matter if it was sold or if Cynthia had bought it. Definitely not. But you were already behind, and you tended to blame her for the very fact that 14 days later, the sheriff came and put you out. But yeah, let's listen to the whole thing. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to the whole thing. I wouldn't do it, though. Exactly. He was already behind. He didn't even give her an opportunity to say yes or no because he was already about to lose it. But let's hey, we ain't done. We ain't done. We're just getting started. Let's listen before we start just jumping to conclusion. Let's go.
To rent it out, Airbnb it, whatever. Because I have $350,000 equity into this place. Okay, I don't want to lose that.
You got $350,000 worth of equity in your townhouse, and you don't want to lose it, but yet and still, you had not been paying the bills. Let's go.
Money. Okay, all right. And if you can't Airbnb it or for whatever reason, you could sell it. It's under your company name. Okay, but
believe it or not, that sounds like a good arrangement. It sounds like a good arrangement, but buying a house takes time. You can normally get things done in a few months, but if Cynthia just writes the check and it's in his name, who's to say that he's going to sign it over to her if she does have to sell it, or if she needs to sell it, or if she needs to do anything else with it? Because you need a deed in your name or a warranty deed in your name to be able to make moves on property that isn't necessarily yours, unless you want to be considered a squatter. But let's move on.
But at least I know there's a chance of me having my home when I get back out. And we met at a restaurant in the Loop. And she agreed, and I talked to my banker.
So Cynthia initially agreed. They met with his banker. Well, they met at a restaurant. They talked about it, and she initially agreed. Keep listening.
Which I introduced her to, which is now her banker. Okay. And
so I don't know if we should give him some kudos or some coins because he introduced Cynthia to his banker, and now she uses the same banker. All right.
I involved my friend Sunita Brooks in it because she was talking to Cynthia more than I was talking to. I wasn't trying to talk to Cynthia every day. So I had Sunita in the mix talking to her to make sure it would go down.
So he initially wanted it. He introduced her to his banker. Now he's involved a friend named Sunita into the situation as well. So Cynthia got Peter, she got a banker, and she got a friend named Sunita. So you got 3 people trying to convince one person to buy this said property, right? Come on.
And like 10 days before the process fold, I called her on the 9th day and said, hey, look, I've been texting you and, you know, for you to engage with people that we could do.
On the 10th day, 10 days, 9th or 10th day, you call her. How many times had you been calling her? I've been calling you, but you just said that you didn't want to be talking to her every day. So you enlisted Sunita to talk to Cynthia. So between you and Sunita, how many times have y'all been calling her? Let's go.
The purchase. And I don't know what happened within her saying yes and that 10 days. But I sent her a text. And
so you weren't only calling her, you were also texting her.
Her reply was, I feel like I'm being pressured. I feel like I'm being bullied.
Was she being pressured? Or was she being bullied? Or was it both of them?
Okay. And I'm like, what? Because we had a great lunch. Okay. I thought everything was good. I'm the guy who walked away.
Now we're going to throw up in your face what I did for you, right? I'm the guy who walked away, and I'm the guy who didn't take anything when we divorced. I'm the guy. I am the guy who made sure that you had a position on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm the guy who did your makeup. I'm the guy who bought your clothes. I'm the guy who chose the place that you lived. I am the guy. But let's go.
Not taking 50% of the money, not taking any money, future money, just walked away. Sell the house, keep the money from the proceeds from the house, do whatever. Anything you think I owed you, you got it. Okay, I don't want nothing.
Divorce is final, Peter Thomas. The divorce is over. In fact, Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey has been married again since then. So you trying to go into history and throw up the fact that when y'all divorced, you didn't take half is kind of a moot point, I would think, right? So you think because you didn't take half that she owed you $300,000. But if my memory serves me correctly, you wanted the house sold because it's just my memory, on Real Housewives of Atlanta, because I've been watching this show a very long time, since day one. You wanted the house sold because you said you didn't want Cynthia bringing now another man into the house. Hence is the reason she bought Lake Bailey. Let's go.
So when she did that to me, and the day when I made that statement is the day that the marshal knocked on my door at 7:30 in the morning and give me 15 minutes to get out of my townhouse.
How far behind were you? Tell us. Because here's the thing, Peter Thomas. You tell us all the times about how you have all of these friends that are high profile and have all of this money. If you knew or you even suspected that Cynthia may not come through with the money, why do you have a backup plan? Where was Todd? Where was Candy? Where was all the other people that you know? Because you know a lot of people. You've been in the music industry. Remember the Source Awards? Where are your friends, Peter Thomas? Why would you have to put the heavy on a single woman? But child, let's keep going.
Okay. And I thought we were good. I thought I didn't take none from the divorce. I thought we were friends. She just did the podcast in the said townhouse. And now I lost my house.
And it's all Cynthia's fault. I thought we was good, girl. We just did a podcast in my townhouse. I thought we was friends. And now this man done knocked on my door and told me I got 15 minutes to get out of my house. And it's all your fault. Because now I done lost my house. How dare you, Cynthia Bailey? Let's go.
Because she didn't stand up for me like I stood up for her.
Do you think Cynthia would have failed if he took 50%? I don't think so. But I also believe that Peter got proceeds from the house. And my memory serves me correctly according to the episodes that were on the show.
Took for years, Carlos, and you produce these shows where people were saying I'm broke, she support me, I am living off of her and all of that shit.
Believe it or not, Peter, what you just said is giving brokety broke. That's what it's giving, baby. You may not want to hold any accountability in that or own your part of being brokety broke. But what you just said is giving broke. That's what it's giving.
And none of that shit was true. But, you know, that's the show, that's the way the show is edited. So when I go out there, I have to face that every day.
So I'm done talking about Peter and what, you know, this part, listen to this part. But I'm going to say this. Symmetry does sound like a scheme. Now, this is just me giving my commentary because that's what fair use is all about. I got something to say about it. I feel like that was very unfair for him to come out and use Cynthia as a scapegoat as the reason why he lost his Buckhead property, I think was very unfair. I think it was very unfair because you said all the things that she said. I introduced her to my banker. I brought in a friend that she could talk to because I didn't want to talk to her every day. But about the 9th or 10th day, first he said the 10th and he went back to the 9th. I called her again and she said she felt like she was being pressured or bullied. And I will tell you this, when someone is giving you, hey, I need it done, I need it done, I need it done, it does feel like pressure. It does feel like you're being bullied. It just does. I'm sorry. It just does. That's it. That's all. It just does. And I don't think it's Cynthia's fault that Peter lost his townhome. And I think it was very unfair for him to try to put that on her, regardless of what the relation, their past relationship, their past marriage looked like, and the very fact that he didn't take half of whatever she had, it does not look right and it is not fair. Because you don't know what Cynthia's pockets look like, right? I think it was unfair. I think it was super unfair for him to do that. Next thing I saw, and that's all I got on Peter. I think it was whack. I think it's unfair. I am going to go listen to what he said on the ATLians channel later on tonight. But I still agree that I think it was unfair that he tried to blame that on Cynthia. So the next thing I saw as I was scrolling around was Funky Dineva. Now, he ain't at the top of my list of people I listen to or even follow. But I saw this and I really want to know you guys' opinion because I got my own opinion about it, right? So on Tuesday night, Funky Dineva was having a talk. He was, as he does every night. I think he comes live every night. And he was talking about the singer David and about the issue he had with unaliving the young girl at 14. And he made a statement that kind of caught my attention. Now, a lot of you guys use Funky Dineva as your, source of telling you guys how to wake up and go to bed, what's important, what's not important, how you should dress, how you should not dress, how you should think, how you should not think. I don't use him for any source of information. None whatsoever. Because when you have people who think they know everything about everything, they know nothing about nothing. And that's how I feel about it. Period. Now, do I think he's an intelligent young man? I do. But do I think he sticks his foot down his throat a lot? I do. But listen to this. I found this is kind of really interesting. This is only about 2 or 3 minutes long. We'll just kind of like the Peter situation. We're going to be in and be out. Let's go.
Is it some form of...
Give me a minute. Let me see if I could do something real quick. Let's see how this sounds.
Your mind...
Go a little faster. Let's go.
Mind is not working correctly. I remember being 21 years old. I would have been a senior in college. I would have been a senior and or have graduated in college at 21 years old.
So he's talking about the mindset of young people and how young David was. I think when he first started talking to the young lady, wasn't he like 21 and she was 11? Super young in age. So he's just kind of setting the stage. Hey, living for me. He's kind of setting the stage of what has happened or transpired. That kind of has him puzzled with the David situation. Let's go.
I didn't even want to be in the company of college freshmen, yet alone 14-year-old teenagers.
And I felt it the same way when I was in school. Child, I don't want to deal with no young kids. People was like, you remember me? I was so-and-so's sister. Child, I don't remember you. I was trying to get out of school. I wasn't thinking about no kids. I don't remember you. I know she had a sister, but girl, I don't remember you. I don't say that to them, but I'll be thinking in the back of my head because when I was in school and I was a junior or senior, I was looking at talking to no freshmen. No, 10th graders. Baby, no, I'm a junior. I'm a senior. Especially not no freshmen. Who talks to the fish?
Not to mention being romantically involved with one. That is very, 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 very weird. And I imagine, all of y'all are saying, no, it's pedophilia. It's pedophilia. It's pedophilia. And it must be. Now, I will say this, and I know that there's going to be somebody that's going to be committed to misunderstanding.
Now he said that he was going to say this, and he knew there would be somebody who would be committed to misunderstand him. So I want y'all to help me understand him, because I don't want to misunderstand him. I want to make sure that I heard him correctly in what he says in these statements, because it sounds like he's being an apologist. But child, let's move.
Me, despite the fact that I am going to say it very, very slow.
He's gonna say it real slow. See, when they say it slow, that means it's serious and it means more. When they slow it down and they use every syllable and pronounce every single letter. Let's go.
I feel bad for anyone who wakes up one day and discovers that they have a sexual attraction to children.
Okay. Did y'all hear what I heard? I'm gonna say what he said. All right. I feel bad for anyone who wakes up and discovers that they have a actual addiction to children. Did y'all hear that? Because that's what I heard. That's what I heard. Somebody can tell me if they heard something else, but that's what I heard. Let's see what else he talks about. Let's see how further he'll go with this.
Listen to me carefully, and I'm not.
I feel bad for anyone. I feel bad for anyone who wakes up and discovers that they have an actual attraction to little children.
I'm not talking about people who have acted on it. I am not talking about people.
He said, not talking about people who've acted on it. He's just talking about people who feel attracted to it. Is he being an apologist? Somebody, let's keep listening.
Who have acted on it or harmed children. Listen.
Not talking about people who've acted on it or harmed children. I got that. But child, people who like little children are the same. If this in your head, eventually you're going to try to act out on. But let's go.
Listen carefully. I feel bad for someone who woke up one day and without any choice of their own had for them what was a natural.
Without any choice of their own. You get no choices. You have zero choices. You just wake up one day and this is just what you got to do because you don't have no choice in the matter. You don't have to worry about controlling yourself. You don't have no choices. Out of any choice of your own, you just decide, oh my God, your body says, this is what I need, and you crave it, and you just go out there and do it.
Attraction to children. I feel like it's a burden that.
Now it's a burden. It's a burden. Let's go.
None of us would ever want to carry.
A burden that none of us would want to carry. Because you don't have a choice. You didn't choose this. Let's see what he uses as an example.
And I always say I'm very fascinated by the human brain.
Very fascinated by. So I guess we're just teaching the youth of today that you don't need any self-control. Just get out here and, there's no need in having it. Don't possess self-control. Just get out here and do it. You feel it. Your brain tells you to do it. Just say, knock it out. Have fun.
And I am. And I guess the reason why I am able to have this level of introspection.
He thinks this is the level of introspection. This is an enlightenment. The light bulb has popped on in his head. This is a great level to be on.
When it comes to people who have a pedophile problem.
A lack of self-control. Mm-hmm. A mental illness, possibly.
Is because oftentimes general society loves to throw the LGBT community in that same bucket with them.
I don't necessarily agree with that, but I'll go with that.
And I just like to speak in possibilities, right? If it is possible with no input of my own that I was born gay and that I was born with an attraction to men, I do believe that.
So we're comparing the very fact that people love who they love, whether it be male, male, female, female, male and female, fluid, polygamy. If we compare that to the very fact of you can also see yourself with an underage person, does that really compare itself to each other? Somebody help me out. Y'all too quiet in the chat. Y'all too quiet in the chat. Does this make any sense to y'all? This don't make no sense. I just want to make sure I ain't the only one that think this is the wildest SHIT you could have came up with on a Tuesday night. Now I'm looking at you sideways because I thought you exhibited a certain amount of emotional intelligence. But now I see that your intelligence radar may be at 0. It may be depleted. You may not have any. Because how do you compare having someone being attracted to an adult? Let me back up. An adult being attracted to an underage child, a minor. And what we consider a minor is normally 17 and younger, right? And you being over the age of 18, having an attraction to someone who is under the age of 18 and considered a minor. Okay, let's say if you're around the same age, I can see 16 and 16-year-olds, 17 and 17-year-olds. I can even see 10-year-olds and 10-year-olds. But what I cannot see is a 30-year-old with a 15-year-old, or a 30-year-old with an 11-year-old, or a 21-year-old with an 11-year-old, which is what David did. But to me, he became an apologist, right? Like he could empathize with the very fact of this man's screwed or obsessive behavior, or I don't even want to call obsessive behavior. His disgusting behavior to not only want to be with a child, but to also take the child's life in the manner in which he did. How do you excuse that? Now, listening to it made me a little angry. It did. And I don't like the very fact that he used the LGBTQ community to kind of say, well, this is how I came to this conclusion, because me as a male being that I am a part of that community and I love same gender loving, that I didn't by any choice of my own become that person, right? I didn't, decide that one day I wanted to love a man. He feels like he was born that way, is what he says, right? This is what he's telling us. So he also feels like that when a man or a female that are over the age of 18, they are an adult, and they decide to become a predator, and I'm not going to change my wording, become a predator on a child, that they don't have a choice. That it's not something they could choose. It's just something that's natural. And I'm going to tell you what, I call bullshit on that. I'm going to call bull swanky panky on that. That's a lie from the pit of hell. If we do not stand up against these demons that try to infest our children, and I'm going to tell you what, I ain't going for it. I got 3 grandchildren. I have a granddaughter who is 13 years old. And when I tell you, I will stand over her and watch her and monitor her and teach her and train her and tell her what she needs to be looking for to make sure she does not become a prey to the predator, I'm going to continue to do it. I'm disappointed sorely that you chose this topic to talk about and then expounded on it. This is one of those things where I said he likes to take that foot and stick it down his throat, just like he did the other day on Don Lemon's show when he called the gentleman on the panel a house, Nigger. What do you get out of this? Where you lose self-control and you just say whatever and do whatever. Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna get off this soapbox. Like, what y'all talk about in the chat? You said he should have stayed away from this topic. I agree with you 100%. Brown Girls Rock says, I'm confused. I'm confused too. I'm confusion. I am confusion. Yes. That's some sick-ish. Sick. David prayed on this child. Not only did he pray on this, we know pretty much for a fact that he did it. Pretty much, we know pretty much for a fact that David unalived this girl. And we also know for a fact that he started messing around with her when she was 11 years old. There's no excuse for that. Nothing you say is going to be an excuse for that. Nothing you get on your panel and talk in slow motion is going to justify this man preying on an 11-year-old and then taking her life and cutting her up into itty-bitty pieces and putting her in a trash bag. Are you okay? Brown Girls Rock says, there is nothing natural about that. That is some disturbing behavior. Child. Hey, Sergeant Charge. How are you doing? When I tell you, listening to that, it did something to me. It really did. It disturbed my spirit. Because what did we come to as Americans? What did we come to as humans? Oh, you know, Grandpa was doing it back there in the woodshed and so on, so on, so on. So, you know, Uncle JoJo, he did it to Cousin Susan May and Uncle Peabody and Uncle Peanut. You know, they did that to June when she was 6 years old. And it was wrong then, it's wrong now. My mama said, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. America, are we falling for anything? Is that what we doing? Y'all go over there and listen to this man as though he's giving you the Holy Grail, as though he's talking to you from the Word of God. Something that can sustain your life. And he giving you information as though to say it is okay to, you know, have a little pity on the pedophile because he himself can't help it. Miss me with that, okay? Miss me with that. Any of y'all, I'm gonna get off my soapbox and I'm gonna let this alone. I'm not gonna delete this. I'm gonna leave this out for everybody to see. Everybody to see. All right. Remember, catch me tomorrow morning over there on Patreon. We're gonna talk about what's the truth. Let's talk about it. Angela Oakley's financial woes. And what else is Gerald Mwangi hiding from besides the cameras? We're going to talk about it on Patreon. The Patreon link is in the chat and is also on my community wall. If no one told you today that they love you, I love you, go to Thailand and touch a tiger. That's what y'all do. Instead of thinking about underage children, go see the world. Go see how somebody else is living besides those of us that live in America. Because I will tell you this. Being able to travel outside of this country opened up my mindset so much. I'm not talking about going to the Caribbean. I'm talking about going outside of Jamaica, going outside of Mexico, going outside of all those places down in the Bahamas, going outside of all of that. I'm talking about going to Africa, go to Italy, go to London, go to Europe, any place in Europe, Paris, Italy. What else is over in Europe? All the things. I can't think of anything right now. All the things. Dubai. Go somewhere else. See somebody else. See how they live. See what they tolerate. America just lets anything fly. And then we go over here and we become an apologist. And I'm going to tell you this. I did not intentionally change his wording or try to make it something different. I took his words and I took them literal. Very literal. Protect your children. Protect the children. Protect the children. All right? If no one told you again today, if they love you, I love you. And there isn't a thing you can do about it. I hope to see you tomorrow morning at 9:40 over there in Patreon. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the Queendom. Until next time, keep nurturing, keep cultivating. time.